to Skonto Stadium here in Riga, Latvia, as we get set for the second half here. That's the whistle from our Scottish referee, Craig Thompson, and half number 2 is now underway. The teams have switched ends, of course, with Latvia in the all-red attacking from left to right across your screen, while Spain in front 1-0, compliments of an own goal in the last couple of minutes. I should say even last minutes of half number 1 in the all-whites, and defending the goal on the right side of your screen. One change for you here to begin half number 2. Joaquin in on the right side for Miguel Angel Angulo. Joaquin, a talented but sometimes inconsistent midfielder. But he certainly knows what to do out on that right side, and we'll see if his attacking prowess can help break down this Latvia defense. You would imagine that the room that Sergio Ramos had on the right side coming back from the right back spot, as we see Iker Casillas directing traffic in front of his goal. Latvia will tally their 5th corner of the match and first of half number 2. And it will be Juris Lysans to serve it in. Bending ball, Casillas though. First to it. And there is the confirmation of that change I mentioned moments ago. Joaquin, a 25-year-old midfielder on the books with Valencia. 4 goals in 42 appearances for Spain. And on the left side now here is Capdevila, lofting that one forward. Poked away by Puyol, but it was out before he could keep it in. Ball to the backside and an opportunity there. Verpakovskis found himself a bit of space. It's been a rare sighting for Latvia. But just enough space, and that ball had just enough air underneath it to get all the way across. Maybe about a half step away from trying to put that one back in on target. And Casillas, cool, calm, and composed in between the pipes here for Spain. Sands it out to the left side here for Capdevila. Xavi checking back is Garcia. Out to the right side. Late tackle, but advantage plays here for Spain. The second half sub. Little chip across. Nice ball. Iniesta will track it down here and keep it alive. David Villa. Left-footed ball all the way across to the backside. Latvia, a little bit of a dangerous circumstance created under their own. Xavi. And finally, Latvia get in the clear as it comes out for Andrés Rubens on the left side. Forward now, Verpakovskis. Well, certainly Māris Verpakovskis knows many of these Spaniard players well. He plays in Spain for Getafe. The 27-year-old making his 62nd appearance for Latvia today, and he's tallied 20 goals. I mentioned he's the leader in this year's campaign with 2 so far for Latvia. fact, both of those goals came in that 4-0 win over Iceland. Spain finding a bit of room to work here. Xavi, they move it across the back here for Capdevila. Centering ball looking for David Villa. Instead it's Iniesta. Trying to draw Latvia again out of that defensive posture. Puyol will send it across here. Marchena out wide. You have to like the build-up here from the Spaniards. Oh, what a ball. David Villa, just one defender to beat, cuts it onto the left foot and has it poke clear. And a corner here for Spain. Villa trying to service it just in behind the defense. Corner number 8, second of half number 2. Xavi will trot over to take it here for Spain. Bending in toward the backside, Koļinko, though, no trouble with the gloves. Marchena with the tackle there in the midfield. And you hear the crowd here in Latvia looking for a whistle. Let's take another look at it. Certainly there was contact, but I'm not so sure that after the first touch, Igors Karlssons is going to get on the end of that second ball, and maybe that's why we did not hear and see a free kick in the direction of Latvia. Iniesta, good control. Xavi over the top, just out of the reach, though, of Luis Garcia. Garcia with an opportunity here to make a statement. As I mentioned at the top, originally not slated to be on the roster today, but with the injury suffered in training by Fernando Torres, and an ankle sprain has ruled him out, and that gave Luis Garcia an opportunity to get in. But I will also anticipate that at some point Luis Aragonés, the coach for Spain, might make a change and bring on Soldado, the 22-year-old Osasuna striker, who's actually uncapped for Spain, but hoping he'll get an opportunity to earn his first today. Meanwhile, it's Latvia coming back the other way. Casillas was a bit late and hesitant to come off his line and colliding with Carlos Marchena, but it looks like the Real Madrid goalkeeper is just fine. Very dangerous ball there by Lelelis. Latvia with an opportunity now here from the near side corner. Fans just waiting for something to cheer about, and it almost came there in minute 54. Well, I tell you what, whatever it was that Aleksandrs Starkovs had to say to his side during the halftime break, there's no doubt they've come out with a better organization, a bit more creativity on the attack, and not to mention taking the energy level up a couple of notches here for half number 2. Spain, though, in front, 1-0, an own goal just before the halftime break. Looking for Ramos up the right side, wisely, though. Zirnis will let that one run out for a goal kick. Another change coming here. And it's going to be Soldado, who I mentioned earlier, but Did I have it completely right? Will he make the change for Luis Garcia? And he will. So a proud day for Roberto Soldado. And you may recall playing with Osasuna in a loan deal from Real Madrid from the start of this past season. Tallied 11 league goals for Osasuna. And there was thought that he would likely partner with David Villa up top to begin today's affair, but Luis Garcia got that call. And after about 55 minutes, give or take a minute, Soldado will now have a chance to put his imprint on the match. Little chip inside, headed clear by Latvia. Kept alive there by Capdevila. Iniesta falls loose for David Villa, bending it, but right into the gloves of Koļinko. Good positioning there from the 31-year-old Latvia keeper. Deflected off of Sergio Ramos and out for a throw here for Latvia. Aleksandrs looking for the quick flick and back the other way. Not exactly sure what that ball was intended for. And so it is loose here on the feet of Oskar Sklava up the right side. Back in possession here though for Spain. Xavi will send it out to the right side. Ramos. With Joaquin, the second half sub on that right side. Soldado, his first touches since he just came on. Bit of confusion there for Latvia, but it did the job as they were able to clear it out from just on the edge of their own 18. And now the throw here from the hands of Capdevila. Ramos makes the overlapping run and he'll get it. Nice little sequence on the 1-2. Trying to slip it back into the feet of Sergio Ramos, but instead it's Latvia who will come away with it. Back in the other direction. Astafjevs, a chance. Latvia against the run of play, and it's just wide. Māris, Verpakovskis somehow slipping in behind the Spanish defense. That one hopped up on him just a couple of inches too high. Watch, he'll take it probably a little bit earlier than he wanted to. But that is the best chance that Latvia have had in the match so far here today. You could only imagine what the crowd here at Skonto Stadium, how loudly they would have erupted should that have been the equalizer. Albelda with the switch to the right side. Ramos will try and bring it right back, but Latvia step in. Iniesta back to win it. Nice little 1-2. The return pass, though, is not there. And back the other way. Aleksandrs out onto the left side. Direct ball over the top into the space. Running onto it, Astafjevs. Iniesta from the left side. And again, Spain showing the patience now here to try and slow things down and get in behind the Latvian defense. They've done a good job with the exception of the goal right before halftime. And that one, of course, was an own goal anyway. Capdevila. Left-footed service, a bit long over the head of Soldado. Good unselfish play there by Ramos. Xavi. Joaquin. Xavi. Inside Vila. Soldado lays it off for Xavi. First time is deflected and it's in the net! I said it in the first half. Sometimes you put the ball in a dangerous spot and good things will come. And I think that was part of the case here as Spain double their lead. Great sequence, no doubt, building up to it. But you see that one deflects. And as Koļinko is going to his right to try and get a touch to it, and it actually comes off the back of Iniesta. Right there. Really not much Aleksandrs Koļinko in goal could do. I'm not sure who you credit with the goal there. Iniesta would probably love to add it to his tally, but all the same, as Xavi, the 27-year-old Barcelona midfielder, making his 46th appearance today, and as for right now, we'll credit him with his 4th goal in a Spanish uniform. So 2-0 for Spain. And as we showed you at halftime, some of the results from around the other groups, certainly the Spaniards right now just trying to keep pace with Sweden, who sit a couple of points in front of them in Group F for that all-important second slot. And you get a sense that that goal has really taken the life out of some of the energy here from the vocal crowd here at Skonto Stadium. Tough if you're Aleksandrs Koļinko, the goalkeeper for Latvia. An own goal in the first half and a deflected shot in the second half. I can say myself, as a former collegiate goalkeeper, you know, you like to at least be beaten by a good one. Feel like you've maybe done your job for the day, but only because of a couple of missteps or unfortunate bounces of the ball do you find yourself picking the ball out of the back of your own net. Belda will switch it here for Xavi. Out wide, Joaquin. Ramos. Checking back, Soldado. Somehow able to keep possession for Spain. Big switch over the top. Iniesta. It deflected off of his back for the last one. Out top for David Villa. Latvia able to step in and clear, though, at least for the moment. Ramos wins it right back. Capdevila with a man on his back, but he picks out Xavi. Iniesta. Not to knock Latvia, but you almost get a sense, though, that Spain really expect to come in here and take away the 3 points, as that one is just into the gloves of Aleksandrs Koļinko. So I don't know that we really saw a huge sense of urgency from Spain today. Although with the way Latvia was packing things in their own half, especially in front of their own defensive third. As I said in the first half, Spain would have to show plenty of patience today and plenty of attacking options off of the ball in order to create some chances, and they've done that pretty well. Iniesta back inside. Good touches there. Vila, Soldado. Just out of the reach. A change-up coming here for Latvia, their first of the match. André Rubin off. Solanisis is in. Ramos to corral it. Xavi. Intended for Soldado. Koļinko quickly off his line. The fans here in Riga, Latvia, trying to incite an effort here in the second half from their Latvian national team. Good look at Sergio Ramos, 21 years old, Real Madrid defender. And an appearance from Xavi Alonso here in the second half. The 25-year-old midfielder, of course, on the books at Liverpool. And he'll come in to replace David Albelda. Iniesta. Two defenders slide over here for Latvia. Capdevila, he'll send it across. First time clearance from Latvia. Verpakovskis trying to corral it in the mid-circle. Alonso. As you might expect, Spain in possession mode now here. They'll pick and choose their moments. You can probably be pretty close to 100% certain that Luis Aragonés probably instructing from the sideline that he would like to see his team just keep possession, not do anything dangerous. When you have the chance, maybe now and then, serve in a good ball. Iniesta cuts it back to his right foot. David Villa with the chance. Koļinko with the save. Soccer fans, fresh off the 1-1 draw, the Brazilian soccer team, national team I should say, in a Brazilian soccer friendly Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, 11 a.m. Pacific, here on Fox Soccer Channel. See Brazil take on Turkey. Again, that's Tuesday, the 5th of June, 2 p.m. Eastern. Alonso heading it clear. Second effort there from Carlsons. No help though. You can see so many white jerseys whenever Latvia try and surge forward. Completely outnumbered. And at this point in the match, as we're in minute 70, if Latvia are going to have any hope of pulling a goal or two back, they certainly have to make themselves vulnerable and take some chances going forward. But that, of course, leaves them very exposed on their back line. Something that a talented Spanish side such as this here today will know how to exploit. Joaquin away from pressure. Ramos. Alonso, the second half sub forward. A nice little back heel flick there from David Villa, but Puyol tangles up there with Verpakovskis. And Puyol is going to need an ice pack for his entire face once this one comes to a close. Took a couple of shots in the nose there in the first half, and that one looked like it might have been right on the side of the head. Marchena will run this one down. Over the top here for Puyol. And now to the feet of Xavi. Checking back into the space. The run forward here. Iniesta at his feet. Good work from Soldado to maintain possession. Working their way across the top of the area. Xavi Alonso sends it across. Ramos with a one-time touch for Joaquin. Back here for Alonso, and look at all the space that Capdevila will find. Great patience from the Spaniards until they find that one dangerous ball to go through. Xavi already credited with one goal so far. Vila winding up. Out wide goes Capdevila, but instead Xavi will keep it at his feet. He'll switch it out for Ramos. Ramos will let one fly on his own. And it will fly it indeed over the top. Alonso back for Iker Casillas. To the feet of Puyol, his club and country teammate. Xavi Alonso. Soldado checking back. Iniesta. Capdevila with the service. And that one cleared out. You really do not see any sense of urgency, though, from Latvia. Almost as though they have accepted their fate here in this one. Still with more than a quarter of an hour to go. And you're looking at the face of Arturs Zakriskevis. He was the one who touched it last just before the halftime break to give Spain the 1-0 lead going into the halftime break. An own goal, but certainly hasn't done too much wrong defensively in the second half here for Latvia. Soldado waiting for the overlap, doesn't find it. Instead, will pick out David Villa, who runs into some traffic, and Latvia with the long clearance. Capdevila right here on the left side. Spain could literally just play possession all they want throughout the midfield, as Latvia is not imposing much will to go forward now that we're in the latter stages of half number 2. Aleksandrs making his way through, and the first yellow card for a Spaniard today will go to Carlos Marchena. Certainly clips Aleksandrs, but I think we've seen worse in terms of tackles here today that did not see a card. But now Latvia with a chance. Free kick here. Good 40 yards from goal, though. The hit with that one right into the two-man wall. And David Villa will start the attack by sending it across here for Xavi. Can he return the favor? Long ball over the top, but it is headed clear by Vitālijs. Xavi Alonso, second half substitute. Andrés Iniesta. '75th minute of play. We are here at Skonto Stadium in Riga, Latvia. A little less than 9,000 on hand here this evening. But the majority of them disappointed as Latvia are down 2-0 to Spain. An own goal in the end of the first half off of the Latvia defender Arturs Zakraskevis. And the crafty, talented 27-year-old midfielder Xavi with a deflected shot here in the second half. And that is the storyline here with Spain in front 2-0. Mark Rogandino here with you on Fox Soccer Channel. And a reminder again, coming up for you later, continuing coverage. Germany and San Marino head-to-head. Oh, nifty collection there from Iniesta. Back for Capdevila. Tell you what, you at home count up how many touches Spain go through here before Latvia even has one. We've since seen sequences here, especially in the second half, probably up around 20 to 25, especially with the short, quick passes that Spain has the ability to put together. And why wouldn't you, though? If you're Luis Aragonés in Spain, why risk players getting injured or maybe picking up cards that could accumulate for further matches down the road, especially with the way that Spain is going to have to keep pace in Group F. And if you're not aware, they trail Sweden and Northern Ireland in the group. 4 points behind Northern Ireland, 3 points behind Spain. And it looks as though Spain are going to pick up another 3 points today. As last check, they were up 3-1 against Denmark. Handball whistled against Verpakovskis. He's been having a good one-on-one battle, though, for most of this match with Puyol at the back of the Spanish defense. Xavi. Big switch. Joaquin came on as a second-half substitute after the halftime break. Forward. Vila. Good first touch. Soldado using his body to shield that one off, and he'll let it fly. Koļinko parried it wide. Another corner here for Spain. The majority of them have been in short fashion, electing to choose possession rather than just serving it in. It'll be Iniesta to do it, and again, Spain keep with the theme. Iniesta bending this one in for the backside over the head of everybody and out for a goal kick here for Latvia. Xavi, quick 1-2, back at his feet, sends it out wide for Iniesta. Just one defender to beat. The second comes over to help out. Xavi, an injured player down. David Vila looking to turn and shoot, and it looked like that was one of those non-contact injuries. All of a sudden, a Latvia player down on the edge of the box. Juris Lezans. And you can see he's in no hurry to get up. And in fact, I think they're going to bring out the stretcher for him as well. Not so sure they have the same magic water in those Latvian water bottles as they do in Spain or South America. And again, it seemed like a non-contact injury. You can see a look of concern from Aleksandrs, Starkovs, and the rest of his coaching staff. Let's see if we can take a look. You could see it right there at the top of the 18-yard box, but it didn't look like the players really tangled up. And he grabbed for his left hamstring immediately. Pleading his case to our Scottish referee, Craig Thompson. And maybe there was a bit of contact that Thompson was not aware of. And again, I'm wrong. It must be the same magic water because Aleksandrs is ready to come right back on. Little less than 10 minutes left here in regulation. Spain 2, Latvia nothing. Here at Skonto Stadium. Koļinko descended long the other way. Headed clear by Ramos initially. And does that ignite a quick counterattack here for Spain? It certainly looks like it. Even numbers, 4 versus 4. Left side for Iniesta. Trying to bend it back to the far post. And out for a goal kick. Xavi Alonso, crafty as always at the heart of the midfield for Spain or Liverpool. Capdevila sends it all the way back to the feet of Marchena. And now out wide for Sergio Ramos. So great at working every single piece of grass out here on the pitch, Spain are. Iniesta. Of course, the defense has to double team him over there in that corner. So he'll wait for his support. Oh, the second pass there from Capdevila was not the best. Puyol, though, stepping in to win it, and what a luxury for your midfielders to have the confidence that your defenders, like Puyol, can step right in and win it back for you. Maybe a bit of cramps setting in there for Māris Verpakovskis. Alonso, Ramos, Joaquin. Alonso. Is there a third on the cards here for Spain? Joaquin has the help of Xavi, but the midfield and defense converge there for Latvia. But you see, once they let it back out, Verpakovskis is really a striker all alone at the top of the formation now for Latvia. And working 1 against 4, 1 against 3. I don't like anybody's chances with those kind of odds. Last touch there from Joaquin, but out for a goal kick here for Latvia. Marchena will slide over here defensively. What can Solanicians do? He earns a throw, that's what. Not the best of balls, but it falls here for Clava. Vitālijs back for Clava, who sends it back for Koļinko. First time back out towards midfield, and that's really been the story. Just blind ball clearances for Latvia, and right back in for possession for Spain. Each and every time they pretty much have been able to just rebuild their attack and go at the heart of the Latvia formation one more time. Can Latvia maybe come back the other way with something of their own? The ball from Aleksandrs there didn't get through. Xavi will try and go quickly back the other way. Minutes from the end of regulation here, and well, if you took a sample of the decibel meter maybe in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the match 70 minutes ago, you would have heard quite a different scenario here at Skonto Stadium, as the second change of the day for Aleksandrs. Vitālijs will come out of the match. Verpakovskis coming in. Verpakovskis, a 22-year-old midfielder, plays for Skonto FC and just making his second appearance in a Latvia national team uniform. Out top, Soldado tried to get over the top of that one and volley it in on target. There's actually, along with Verpakovskis, there's several players on this Latvian national team that play for Skonto FC. Spain just killing off the match here now in the last final minutes. Maybe seeing if they add one more goal to their already 2-goal advantage. Dangerous tackle, but Capdevila plays it away just in time to the feet of Iniesta. Back for Puyol. They swing it across. Xavi Alonso checking back to win it to Xavi in the midfield. Iniesta shifts over to receive the square ball. The overlap takes away a couple of defenders, and now Xavi over the top for Joaquin. Wisely heading it back away from pressure to Ramos, who first times it there for Xavi Alonso. So it looks as though Spain will keep pace with Sweden in the Group F table. Ramos coming in with a tackle, maybe late there. Joaquin touching it inside to himself. Great footwork here. Picking out Soldado unselfishly back out top. And the ball slips all the way out for David Villa. He'd like to find one more on the scoring sheet. Looking for Iniesta on the little overlapping run. Just a bit too tight on the space. And the long ball from Koļinko comes all the way back for Iker Casillas, who sees a rare touch here in the second half. Good news, though, for Spain, as it looks like they will earn their first road win here in Group F qualifying. And points on the road certainly are at a premium when you're in the qualifying stages. You expect to win those matches at home, or at least take a point from those matches at home, but anytime you can take any points, and even further maximum points on the road, certainly a help for the cause. Aleksandrs will come into the match, replacing Gert Carlsons. And it seemed like Carlsons and Verpakovskis really never on the same page here in this one. You would also have to reflect that that might be due to lack of service from the midfield, which was completely dominated here tonight by Spain. But still, the good ones, in terms of strikers, always find a way to put themselves in a dangerous spot and at least figure out which type of off-the-ball runs need to be made so that you can receive service. Tonight, it was not in the cards for Verpakovskis and Carlsons. Final seconds of half number 1 before we hit stoppage time. Casillas forward here. It's been much of this the last 20 minutes or so from Spain. All sorts of possession and a lot of touches. There is your indication. As you can see, fans up on their feet, maybe heading for the exits, but 2 minutes of allotted stoppage time here in half number 2. Certainly some frustration for the Latvian side. Soldado. Joaquin. Take him on, one-on-one. Well done. Getting the cross off, but Koļinko rising up to get to it first. One last surge forward here for the Spaniards. Xavi trying to chip it through onto a back post run for Iniesta. And a hard tackle that will produce a card, and it will. Fourth card of the match handed out by Craig Thompson, the Scottish referee. He's done a good job on this one here today. Anytime you don't have to call his name too often, and many soccer fans will complain anytime a ref really tries to put his stamp on the match and become a focal point rather than the players out on the pitch. That's when things usually go awry. But there's the final whistle. And Spain will pick up the 3 points. And a second half goal by their midfielder Xavi helps lead the way. Back to wrap it up after this.